Provisions in West Sussex. After researching some provisions within West Sussex, we found that there are much more choices for younger people in comparison to older and obese people, with older people having the least amount of provisions available. Within older people, there are Bowls Club in Hurstpier Point, £20 per session. Heights Heath and Fitness Spin and dance and Zumba classes are £5 per person within older people. Saturday walkers and runner clubs are available from all over West Sussex and are free. Some gyms, such as Fitz Gym, do not offer sessions for older people, as it is mainly weightlifting classes they teach. This would affect the older people negatively, as they have less muscular strength and their bones are more brittle, so they are higher risk to injury. Walking sport clubs such as football in Burgess Hill and Oakmeads, Hassocks at Downlands and Hurst in Hurst College. They vary from £10 to £15 to rent a third of the Astro. Brighton Dolphins have a league containing these type of people. Younger people. Lots of provisions for younger people, such as gym memberships, which are open to everyone, but are mainly used by younger people, as they will go more frequently. £50 a term or £200 a year. Lots of clubs are on offer, but mainly for males, which would need to change to get more people involved in sport to have an equal balance in male and females. Clubs such as football in Ditchling, football in most towns and villages, lacrosse clubs and Hurstpier Point, tennis clubs in Hassocks. These fees tend to be lower as younger people do not earn as much money. Football clubs require fees as the state of the season, which are usually around £100, or memberships at badminton or tennis clubs are usually £25 a month. Lots of netball clubs, and I know of 3 girls' football clubs in Burgess Hill, Hassocks and Crawley. Obese people. For obese people, there are less provisions, but there are classes which are specific to weight loss. In Burgess Hill, Heights Heath and Fitness, and there are diet plan sessions led by instructors, which is £5 per session, and then actual weight loss classes such as Zumba, boxing and cardio sessions, which are £8 per session. Also in Haywards Heath and St Francis Social Club, on a Thursday evening, there is a Weight Watchers class, which lasts for 2 hours and is only £2.50 per session. Another type of provision is weight loss DVDs, such as Insanity, which is quite a big one, which allows them to do it within the comfort of their own home, which may encourage them to take part. These DVDs are usually 6-week set programs of 10 DVDs and cost around £40 for the set of 10. A provision is the action of providing or supplying something for use. An example of provision is providing facilities for sports people to train in, such as gyms. This aids performance as they do not have to travel as far to train, so therefore it is more practical and can aid for the people that have disabilities or people struggle to exercise because there are no facilities around. There are many different provisions for different groups of people. In different areas are different amounts of provisions. For example, within the Mid-Sussex area, there are a large amount of provisions for older, younger and obese people. For example, there is a gym which is mainly used by younger people, as they find it easier to get there and they can become more used to going to the gym on a regular basis, whereas obese people and older people struggle to find transport to get there. Also, for younger people using the gym, they can be less embarrassed because there are younger in comparison to older and obese people. There are many other types of provision for younger people, such as many different local sports clubs, such as football and rugby. This is beneficial for younger people, as it is a great way to perform exercise, as they are generally games and training sessions. However, there is a fee that has to be paid in order to play, which can be quite expensive sometimes. This is also beneficial for younger people, as the desire for competition, whereas other groups of people, such as the obese and older people, as they are more focused on just trying to maintain their health and stay social. For older people, there are not as many provisions as there not as many provisions. There are still some which are beneficial for older people. For example, one provision is that there are few clubs which are created for older people who are trying to keep fit and healthy, such as walking football clubs or power walking clubs. There are a few walking football clubs in mid Sussex where older people go in order to socialise and stay healthy, and it's a non-competitive, which suits them as they are looking to have less competition, but mainly to stay fit. This type of provision is not as beneficial for younger people, as they need higher intensity exercise in order to stay fit, and on the other hand, it is quite beneficial for obese people because it can help them slowly break into exercise and try to start become healthier. It can also help them to become less insecure about their weight as they start to socialise and make friends. Some other provisions are facilities such as Age UK centres. However, there are none based locally within mid Sussex. Another provision for older people is that there are swimming classes at most leisure centres, which is beneficial to older people as it does not put as much stress on joints, which can help prevent the disease of arthritis or osteoporosis whilst making sure that they maintain health. However, there are not as many provisions for obese people that are specific to helping this group. There are running clubs, however, they are more for people who are already fit and are looking to maintain their fitness. The main provision for obese people is that at many leisure centres there are Weight Watchers classes and also leisure groups which focus on trying to lose weight, which is led by an provision for obese people that at many leisure centres there are which is led by an instructor. The main provision used by obese people is that there are many more provisions for younger people. Sorry, I lost my place. The main provision used by obese people is that Weight Watchers, as it can benefit them by helping them lose weight without performing exercise that they may find too difficult or strenuous. The analysis of these provisions is that there are many more provisions for younger people, which may be because they are more focused on trying to keep the next generation fit and healthy so that we can carry on with professional sports. The other reason for there being less provisions for older people and obese people is because there are a lot more younger people and therefore need larger amounts of provision to try and get younger people into sport. Also, older people can be less interested in trying to maintain their health due to existing medical conditions which can prevent them from trying to keep fit. Also, provisions can be quite expensive, which can deter people from taking part, and the travel can also be an issue as it can be expensive or they have to rely on other people to take them, which leads into a loss of independence. I think some more provisions should be brought in for older people and obese people, such as there should be more clubs based on trying to lose weight, such as leisure centre groups, where the people go to the gym or once or twice a week with other people to try and lose weight, which can encourage socialization and make them feel less insecure. More provisions could be less expensive to try and encourage more people to take part. For example, a gym membership can cost up to £60 a month. This is very expensive, especially if they do not have a job or a well-paying job, which then discourages people from joining. There are 3 different types of providers, which are private, public, and voluntary. Private providers are providers that are profit-based and generally run by a single person who employs others or only individually. An example of a private provider is a personal trainer, as it is run by an individual person who makes their money from clients and does not have to distribute between employees. Public providers are generally funded by the government and offer services to any members of the public. An example of this is a leisure centre gym, where it is open to all members of the public for their use. Finally, a voluntary provider is a group or person who provides their services for a small charge but is a non-profit organisation. An example of a voluntary provider is a football coach for a local team who volunteers to coach them. They can collect money from players at the start of the season, which is then sent to Hearst Board, where it is used for equipment or of facilities. Exercise referral process. An exercise referral is a specific and formalised program whereby medical professionals refer a patient to fitness programs, often based within the community. It is not the same as a recommendation to exercise. A formal agreement will exist between the referrer and the exercise project. There are 4 reasons to why someone might be referred to exercise. This will be injury, mental health, their physical health, and weight. The process is that someone will seek help from a GP. An evaluation will then be made of what needs to be improved, whether it's mental health, a rehabilitation within the injury, just all-round health physically, or it might be weight loss or possibly gain. Then a 10 to 12 week training program is designed and is specified to around the person's needs. An evaluation is repeated in the middle and end to see improvement. Sorry, lost my place again. Let me start again. Person will seek help from a GP. An assessment will then be made to see if the person would work and would commit. Support will be put in place so the client doesn't sustain it for a long time. An evaluation of the patient is done to see the outcome of initial screening. An initial screening, you will start from 10 to 12 weeks of training. The classes will be only for 2 people with the GP referral. An initial assessment is done from the trainer. They then design a program specific to the condition referred to. This is then followed by another during the middle and the end of the program. GP referral scheme is a great way for people with long-term health conditions to increase physical activity levels and improve health. Not only will it help manage and control existing conditions, but also protect you from developing other health complications too. Lots of GP surgeries across the country prescribe exercise as a treatment for a range of conditions, including depression. Your GP can help you decide what type of activity will suit you, depending on your circumstances and what's available locally. The exercise program may be offered free or at a reduced cost.